greetings from Friday morning, 29th of March, from Tornio, northern Finland.
Yes, greetings, and my name is Mia Kurtti. I work here as a nurse and a family therapist.
And my name is Anni Haase, and I work as a psychologist and a therapist also here.
Yes, so we were invited by Katie to say something about open dialogue that has been developed here during 1980s and 90s. And we have a few minutes, so we will say few things.
But if you get curious, I'm sure you can find more information about open dialogue and about its principles, more detailed and deeper information. Yeah.
But just to say a few words about the history, it was in the early 80s when there was a group of people here working who became curious about the definition and word schizophrenia.
And Mia, where were they working? What was the context?
That was hospital. In those days, it was
psychiatric
hospital.
Yes.
Yes. And there really wasn't any outpatient services then.
Yes.
So they started to work differently in hospital, and because they felt and they became to understand that what they do doesn't help in a way that they think that should be help people who are suffering and who are in their crisis of life. So they started to study family therapy and also the ideas around dialogism. And 1984 was this one milestone when they decided that they don't talk about patients and clients if they are not present.
Yes. And was it so that at that time when they started to develop their ways of working with families and networks, was that there was a high amount of first-time psychosis in this area, in this region?
Well, actually, it was so that there was high number of diagnosis of schizophrenia.
Yes. Okay. Yeah.
So, and which has always been the case in northern Finland. So that was also the one reason why they became curious about this definition around psychosis and schizophrenia. So they started the work and the trainings, and they started to do research in the same time. And the outcomes were so good that the leadership and the administration of this organization wanted to name open dialogue as one of the main ways of delivering services here in Western Lapland, psychiatry.
Yes. We have time to tell something about the main principles of open dialogue. What is the difference? Or at least we could say something about what is the biggest difference in working in open dialogue kind of way, or with the values of open dialogue compared to
treatment as usual.
Yes, treatment as usual.
What is it for you? What are the kind of main things for you?
I think one big thing is that it's when you contact the services, you get immediate, or the one principle is that you get immediate help depending on your situation, and it's made possible in these services. And when you're in a crisis, it's very important that you get the help when you need it. And then also I think many things, but also the need adapted treatment. I think instead of making diagnosis and then starting to know yes, that what is good for this person or this family, instead of looking at or exploring things together with people and try to find the ways that are working for them.
Yes. Yeah.
That kind of things. What do you think?
Yeah.
That came to my mind now, the first things.
Yes, and I think that one of the key things for me is that because we have had this training culture here for the last 30 years. So the idea is that the staff members should be in relationship with each other in a dialogical way, and they need to be heard. We need to be heard as a staff so that we can deliver services in a way that we can listen to people and we can hear them. So I think that is one of the main things here, and that is different from other services where not all the staff members are trained, except of course for the main profession that they have.
But so that's very much needed to look for your own inner life and your networks and your
Life narrative,
history and life narrative, to be able to be with other human beings with similar and different stories of their lives.
Yes. But I can see that we are out of time.
We already
trainings are going around the world at the moment, and yes, I don't know.
You've been training in Japan, for example, in US.
Yes.
And trainings are also in Europe, in different countries.
Yeah, and you have been to Australia.
Australia also, the other end of the world.
Yes.
To